¿Quién iba a pensar que a Carlitos todo un día se le iba a dar?
Alright, got the seatbelt off, sliding cover, crankshaft pulley. What? Crankshaft pulley, bolt, pulley itself, the key, timing belt off, mount bolts, all the cover bolts. We got 1, 2, fucking 3, 4. Gotta hit the junkyard tomorrow, shift the 14 for the tensioner. Fucked up by using the impact. Alright, so this is the next day. A couple holes where the transmission meets with the block were a little messed up. They were both stripped, so I went ahead and rethreaded them with the helicoil. As for the 14 mil for the tensioner, I went ahead and picked one up from Ace Hardware. Same, a little longer, but still works out. And yeah, here's the process.
Me verán en carro de lujo, alta velocidad, la capital recorro como si se tratara no más de un parpadeo.
Alright, so we're going to begin removing the pistons. First step, take off the oil pan. We already have the engine on the stand, so I just went and flipped it over. Alright, to remove the oil pan, it's going to be 19 10 mils all around. Go ahead, get those cracked off.
Serio y no se da a notar, y cuando hay problemas no se echa para atrás. Atiende los business que se acumularon en el celular.
Más no ha sido fácil, aquí también ha habido tropiezos. Ya no estoy en donde empecé, al trabajo siempre le chingué y no me arrepiento de nada, ya lo pasé. Tranquilito me han de ver, tranquilito me han de ver. Y así nos van a ver, compa Neto, tranquilitos.
Así es, compa Martín, y pura legión RG. ¿O no, compa Willow?
¿Cómo no?
Tirando humo me verá que se prende el bajo de medicinal. Mi clave es el bocho y andamos con línea directa del Gavilán.
Y en tierra blanca me ve montado en la light y llena de poder. Se me altera el pulso, le acelera a fondo y ni se deja ver.
Alright, so I just came back from the junkyard not so long ago. I'm finding a little EX harness right there, pretty complete. And I'm beginning to remove the crankshaft. Moving all the main caps. Yeah. Alright, so I already got the main caps off. All 5 of them. There they are. And finally got the crank out. Alright, next step, flip it over. Hole in all the cylinders, make sure everything's clean. Then go ahead and remove all the bearings, or do that before. And then go ahead and check clearance. Alright, Jaden, say hi.
Huh? Are you recording?
What are we doing, Jaden? Explain to the phone.
Basically, Juan got his B series. It wasn't running good, so he decided, let's rebuild it. Ba-da-da-da.
I'm gonna start honing it. First time doing this shit. I don't know what I'm doing, but praying for the best. You smell like ketchup.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Alright, so it's the next morning. Gonna go ahead and install all the main bearings. There. And the main caps as well. They're all right here. The ones I'm installing are the king bearings. Same for the rods. Yeah. Alright, so I'm starting to put the main cap bearings on. And this is what I noticed. That's the brand new one I just threw on. And here's one of the old ones. Yeah. I'll go ahead and show how to do one of them. I already did one of them, but the process for the other ones. Just clean this up a little bit. Just clean it up. It has like a bunch of slimy stuff.
Like slime, kind of.
Look. That's the old one. This is the new one. You see how there's... Can you see on the phone? Like that line right there?
Yeah.
There's a line right here too in the middle. So then you just... Oh shit. Shoot. You line it up like that. With the line in the middle. And then with this one, you just like kind of push it down. Look. Use both fingers.
It kind of looks like a banana.
You see?
Yeah.
That one's on. Just clean it up. I had my little niece record me doing the process. It's just pretty simple. You just kind of line up these little grooves with the cap. Kind of squish them down, make sure they're all like flat on both sides. There. So I already did all the main caps. Now we gotta do the ones on the block. These ones are obviously noticeable. These are different. These also have that groove on the left. Little tang. You line up with these grooves on the left here. So I went ahead and pressure washed the block for a second time. Now that there's no crank in there. Get all the little mallet pieces out, the rubber pieces. That's how the cylinders came out after being honed. My first time. I noticed there's not really much of a crosshatch. I just went ahead and put some oil in there. That way they don't rust up. As well as all the bearing surfaces on the bottom side. Alright, so my next step is going to be to slap the main bearings on the block. Have everything back where it's supposed to be. But right now I got to go to work, so I'll be back. Alright, so I just got back from work. I already threw the main bearings on. 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 of them. Cool. Alright, what's next? Throwing the crank back on, putting plastic gauge, checking the clearances, while torquing them down the spec, and then taking them back apart, looking at the readings, and yeah. Alright, so I didn't record the progress, but got all the main caps on, with all the bearings, thrust washers. The pattern. 18 foot-pounds first step, then go up to 56 foot-pounds. Throwing them on there. Alright, so I forgot about recording, so it's been a while, but as you guys can see, all the rod caps are in. Currently torquing these down right here. The clearances were within spec. The only thing that backed me up was snapping a ring for the third, for which I had to reorder. Might as well, since I was having trouble with this tool, I went ahead and ordered a Wiseco 84mm tapered sleeve compressor. And with this one, it was so much lighter to get in. Alright, so my tip here, when you're putting your rings in, make sure none of them get jammed on any areas. Make sure they're all going in like perfectly straight or leveled, I guess. That way they're not uneven and get caught. Alright, and then for the torque specs on the rod caps, it should be... The first step would be 14 pounds. And then the second step should be 23 foot-pounds on each. get to that. Alright, so as I was saying before my phone died, it's been a while since I recorded, but I already got all 4 pistons in. Now it's time to head onto the head.
La adrenalina es lo que te fascina y eso yo te lo puedo dar.
I forgot to mention too, I'm using the B20 VTEC chromatic head gasket, or 84mm. LSV, B20B. There you go. Using the ARP head studs I showed in the beginning of the video. And they're all in with the spacers. Bam, bam, bam. And it's kind of tricky to get the spacers in. But what I use is just the unbent cotter pin and the pick. Simply just throwing the washer on this end of the pick and picking it off with this. Alright, so got all the cam caps installed as well as the camshafts, both of them. For the torque specs, I heard they were pretty light, so I just went ahead and hand tightened all of them. Made sure they're pretty snug on there, pretty damn tight. Well, not pretty damn tight because then you snap them, but just make sure they're snug on them. Made sure both the cams are pointing up, relatively close at least, both marks lining up. Got the tensioner on the water pump.
Que ya no sé ni en qué gastar. Por las noches en el antro nos ven destapando una del 70. Y llegando al cuarto le quito la ropa, cara en el balcón le voy a...
Polvo, ruedas y cristal, no con este viejo. Por un lado el pinche cuerno, la pechero.
Alright, so once again, I keep forgetting to record, but the motor and trans are already mated together and in the bay. Something else too, I ended up switching these out. They're a little rusty, but these are drilled and slotted rotors off of an Integra. There she is. My brother ended up doing all the wiring as well. There was a couple that had to be extended. Fluids, bleed the fluids. And yeah, should be on the ground by tonight.
Pasaba jodido, nunca cargaba billetes, la perreaba en la semana.